If you're a healer looking for a PvE set for mutations, then this video is for you. In this video, we are going to take a look at an easy set to farm for mutations that are corrupted. So let's dive into the video so that I can share with you the set, the jewelry pieces and the life staffs that you can quite easily farm. For the first thing, we are going to take a look at an armor set that's quite easily the best to get, and you can do it in about a couple of story missions. So let's take a look at it. The first set that you want to get is the Spectral set. This will come in 5 pieces, all in a light though, so you might have to change out the chest piece for a medium piece, but still, if you don't have the medium piece, all light is pretty good. So what does the set roll with? It comes with focus, refreshing evasion, corrupted ward, which will reduce your damage against corrupted enemies, so you will take a little bit less damage, and then elemental aversion. This set is super good and definitely worth it to go get. How do you get this? Well, it's quite easy. All that you need to do is go to Shattered Mountain, pick up a quest that's there at the settlement. At least that's what I did. If you progress your main story far enough, you should be able to pick it up, and then you're going to have to run the Tempest dungeon. So you will have to be level 60 at least to do it, but definitely worth it. I'm pretty sure if you're looking to do mutators for a set like this, you're already level 60, but you can just pick up this once you finish the dungeon. You can grab a couple of boxes just like this from the quest. You're probably going to have to run it a couple of times to grab the boxes, but you'll definitely enjoy the set once you get it. Now, if you move on from this set, you can get another set that also has corrupted ward on it, but for this you probably already need the previous set to get it, since you're going to have to do mutators. The other set that you can get is the Empress set. Basically, this is from Dynasty Shipyard. This set will drop there, but you will have to farm mutators to get it. But is it better than the other set? I wouldn't really say so. Maybe a little bit, but let's take a look at what it has. So you get focus on it. It rolls with corrupted ward, invigorated and refreshing evasion. So you can see the only thing that's different on this corrupted set is the invigorated. So is it worth it? Probably not to upgrade the whole thing, but invigorated does help with weaken, disease, exhaust and rend. Some enemies will rend you in dungeons, so maybe it's worth it, but I'm not really sure. But I will just stick with the first set, since it is way easier to get for a healer. Also, before I forget, if you're a YouTube member, you can find the spreadsheet that has all these items compiled into a nice list. Just go to the membership section on YouTube and you should be able to find it if you're a YouTube member. Now let's move on to the next item. All of these healing sets will roll in light, so you are going to need a medium chest piece. A medium chest piece you can also pick up in Dynasty Shipyard that's mutated. You will get a piece right there which rolls with focus, corrupted ward and physical aversion and one random perk. So you will have to farm this chest piece, but it's quite easy to get. I already got a couple of them by just running mutators. So quite easy to get and it's not that difficult. So definitely pick up this chest piece or just buy one on the market if you have some gold from running dungeons. But I'm just giving you this option if you want to farm everything. Otherwise, rock the light chest piece for a little bit and you should be able to get this. Now let's move on to some jewelry pieces. For the best jewelry pieces, I'll probably get a ring from the market. But if you want to farm one, you can't afford one, then let's take a look from this. The base ring is probably hearty, sacred and refreshing, but let's take a look at these rings. The first one is silver leaf. This one will come with sacred, which is a must for every healer. Then brilliant, you will have max mana, and siphoning you gain about 2.8% mana per hit, and it has a little bit of a cooldown. You can farm this in eternal pools. Just bring a group with you since it is elites, but you can farm this there. I already got this ring as well, but just go farm this and hopefully you get it in 590 gear score and you can upgrade it to legendary. Moving on to the next ring that you can farm. This one is called the First Prophecy. This one will roll with focus, infected, sacred and refreshing, so only missing hardy, but it does have that refreshing, really good. You can farm this in Brimstone Sands. Yes, I did update this guide for Brimstone Sands so far, so you can farm this in Brimstone Sand, but this is an elite area, so you probably have to run with a group to farm these enemies. You can farm it from the Oracle, so just farm that boss over and over again. There is about 2 spawns that you can do, but the one that I'm showing you is probably the easiest to get to. I did ninja my way into the settlement to try and get a picture of the boss for you guys. Moving on to the amulets, probably one of the best amulet that you can get is the droplet. Droplet will come with shirking dot cleanse. Dodging through an enemy's attack while in light equip load cause you to lose 1 dot, meaning bleeds, burn, poison, and basically debuffs. It also comes with health and divine, really good as well. You can farm this from barnacles and black powder. Really fun dungeon to run, is probably one of my favorites. It's quite quick and I love to heal this dungeon. Really nice dungeon. If you have a good team and they know how to fight the end boss, it's actually a breeze to do. Moving on to the next one, I'm going to give you a couple of options, but let's move on to the next one. The next one is Oracle's Amulet. This one will come with focus, health, fortified recovery, so you gain fortify when you reach 50% health, and then slash protection. You can farm this in Genesis. Just run then Genesis a couple of times. I'm sure you'll pick up this amulet for yourself. It's quite good actually for slash damage, protection, health, and fortify. You're just missing the divine, but slash protection and the fortify, really good. It will make you quite tanky. Maybe not for base for PvE, but for PvP, a really good amulet. Moving on to the next amulet that you can farm. This one is also in Brimstone Sands. It's the Mart's Blessing. This one comes with 24 focus, divine, slash protection, and health. And you can farm this from Judge of Purity. I did go out of my way to go look up the boss and I actually ran to it. And it's quite difficult to defeat. Maybe 2 or 1 person if you have high enough gear score. But definitely you can farm this. It's not too difficult. It is a gray enemy, I guess, a gray boss, not an elite, so you can farm this guy if you find a way, but definitely look out for this amulet. It's really good for a free perker, really good. Now for the earrings. There's a couple of earrings that you can farm as well if you need something. The earring of the Hallowed Souls. This will come with Constitution, 15 focus, refreshing toes, and refreshing evasion. It does roll with double refreshing, so this item is quite unique since usually you won't be able to roll with double refreshing on your earring piece. You can find this earring in Eden Grove and it will be basically in Genesis of Malevolence. So just look out for it. It will drop from the boss Banes. So look out for this boss. I think a lot of people farm this boss. So that you might actually run into a group that's already doing it. Just go to the boss and put in the chat that you want to farm this boss. And some people will probably come to help you. If you're not into that earring and you want something else, then you can also farm Dynasty Shipyard for the shard of Lipimancy. I can't really pronounce that, but hopefully I got it somewhat. But it will come with focus, refreshing, duplicating toast, and the refreshing toast. So you will save some money on this and you can farm this from Dynasty Shipyard. Moving on to the last earring, Misty Kismet Charm. This one also rolls with double refreshing. So also a really good one to farm if you want double refreshing, but it doesn't have refreshing toast. So let's take a look at what it comes with. It comes with refreshing evasion, purifying toast, so when you drink a regeneration potion, lose 1 debuff, and then refreshing. So also a unique item that rolls double refreshing. Refreshing, really good for healers since you always want your heals off cooldown. You can farm this earring in Garden of Genesis, so definitely look out for this. Definitely run Garden of Genesis if you want double cooldowns on your earring. And I actually missed another earring that you can get. This one is more PvP related and this is a PvE guide, but you can always go for the Champion's earring. It comes with refreshing toast, refreshing and regenerating, arguably one of the better ones as well. So definitely get this one if you want, but you will have to go to the PvP track and complete a couple of levels for the PvP track to be able to earn this one as well. Maybe not everybody's cup of tea if you're into PvE. Now that we have covered all the armor and the jewelry pieces, let's go over some life staffs that you can farm that is pretty best in slot, I guess. So let's take a look. The first life staff that's everybody's favorite life staff at the moment is the glowing life crystal staff. Really difficult to say actually, but it comes with 29 focus, blessed, refreshing divine embrace. So using divine embrace on a target below 50% health, reduce the cooldown by 67%, and you gain some mana as well. And of course, the best in slot perk, refreshing move, is basically a must. Bless and refreshing move is a must on a life staff. Plus you get the weapon perk, which makes it even stronger, and everybody's using divine at the moment, so definitely pick up this life staff. But where can you get it? Well, you can basically get it from Dynasty Shipyard mutators. So you're going to have to farm a mutator dungeon. So before this one, you're probably going to need something else, and the next one you'll probably be able to get a lot quicker since it can drop from a normal dungeon. The next one is Will of the Ancients. This one was the best one before they introduced weapon perks to be boosted on weapons, but now it's basically a secondary one. But Will of the Ancients, let's take a look at it. It comes with Blaze, refreshing move, and refreshing. You can farm this one from Lazarus. Just go to Reekwater and go farm it in Lazarus. Now let's move on to the next one. I believe this one comes with Brimstone Sands, the Ennead dungeon, but let's take a look. This one comes with Focus, Blessed, refreshing move, and Keen Beacon. I might be wrong, it does come from the Ennead dungeon, yes. So you can farm this one. Let's just take a look at where the location is, just to make sure where this comes from. So you can farm it in a dungeon, definitely the dungeon, and that's that. There's also another life staff that they're gonna be introducing with the next update, which is the Spirit Pool. This one is also pretty good. It comes with Focus, Purity of Light. Allies with a debuff removed with Splash of Light are healed for 82% of your weapon damage. So pretty big heal if you cleanse a debuff. And then you get Blessed, of course, and the refreshing move. And this will actually drop from Barnacles and Black Powder. You can't get it yet, we will need to wait for the update. But once the Brimstone Sands update come out, it should be able to drop in that dungeon. And the next life staff is something I can't pronounce, I'm not even gonna try. But it comes with Focus, Bless, refreshing evasion, and fortifying sacred ground. If you want the fortifying sacred ground, this one is probably good. It doesn't have the refreshing move though, so probably not the best, but it's something you can farm as well if you need something. And this will also drop from Barnacles and Black Powder, so really good one. For your secondary, there's not many choices. Either you can run Rapier, which you can't farm a focus Rapier, but you can run a Void Gauntlet, and the Void Gauntlet is Dark Vengeance, but good luck farming this. It's basically a random drop in the world, but maybe you can look for it on the trading post or just get a cheap one on the trading post. For this one, it comes with Constitution, 20 Focus, Life Stealing, Blessed, and then Refreshing Move. Blessed is probably the most important one, so just look out for this one. If you ever get it, you're super lucky, and you might be rich as well. If you're interested in what's coming with the new Eniet dungeon, the dungeon for Brimstone, then you can watch this video right here.